Hello, my dear students. Good morning, one and all. Today, my hearty welcome to online class in English. Now, today, let us move to another lesson in our vistas. A short story, but very interesting story. It may have a lot of what we call the influence in our mind. Heading is should wizard hit mommy. The heading itself clear you the idea. Whether wizard is here, hit mommy. This is a statement given by a child, and this lesson is written by John Updike. Now, our author, a well-known USA-based poet, as a very famous novelist, fiction writer, and literary critic, and 2 times he got a Pulitzer Award. And I think that this incident or event took place. And a similar incident or event took place when he was very young. And that might be the reason for him to write this short story. So, in this lesson or in this story, we have Johnny, Bobby, Claret, then Jack. Really, this story is closely connected with Jack and Johnny. Johnny is nicknamed as Joe. Jack has 2 issues. Johnny the daughter and Bobby the son. Johnny is 4 years old and Bobby 2 years. And Claret, wife, she is 3 months pregnant now. Now at present, when the story was taking place, at that time, Claret had some duties in the upstairs of the home, where so many work related to the furniture, work related to some molding and shaping and some grinding. All this work was there in the upstairs of the room. But here Johnny had a particular traditional habit. When she was 2 years old, since 2 years old, she had the habit of hearing stories from Jack, her father, on all night days and also on Saturday evenings. Now, the stories, Jack, for 2 years the same schedule had been going on. And during these 2 years, long time, almost all the stories, Jack could collect stories, all his stories had been exhausted. That means his mind is totally emptied with the stories, because so many stories he had to generate. Meanwhile, he would make a lot of adjustment or lot of amendments or lot of changes in the stories in order to have story for the next day or the following day. Like that, anyway, he continued the same habit for 2 years. And now Johnny is 4 years old daughter. Now we are here, this is a story or something, a story of morality. We could say like that. Or story that connects generational gap, or story of indifference. Now we are coming to that point, but we have to see that the story happened USA, that we know. There was one stung, you know. Stung means a black and white small creature that we could often see in North America. The particular feature of this small creature is that God has given each and every particular, in each and every creature, some type of, or a particular type of weapon, or particular type of sound, or particular type of organ to chase his enemies. You know very well. Somehow very powerful. Some may produce sound, some may produce screaming sound, some may produce very high alarming sound, some may chase his enemy by running his back. It's kind of like that, stung. Or Roger, we may say, Roger means there is an exclamation with that, Roger skunk we get called. Very short or dwarf one. It has very unpleasing smell, or we can say odor. This is very unpleasing one, or a very filthy one, or we can say very foul smell, or awkward smell. Why should it produce, in order to chase the enemies, or in order to chase his bitter opponents? So, the main important factor related to this animal is that all animals are enjoying and all animals are doing their own leisure work at various places. But Roger Stunk had no friends to come forward to play with it, to enjoy his company, to share their views in common, to have a joke in company. No, Stunk had no company at all. Because whenever an animal put forward or came forward, it could immediately understood, it felt much alarmed due to the unpleasant smell or awkward smell, or awkward, unpleasant smell, or it had such an awkward odor it had. And the stung thought for a while. But we have to understand one thing, that only stung, this animal was only disturbed with his bad smell. But his own mother and other members, they had no other problem with regard to this one. So, Stung somehow wanted to wanted to avoid that bad smell, awkward smell. So what did he do? What did he do? Somehow somebody noticed that there was a wise owl in that area, in the wise owl in that forest area. The owl was residing or staging at the uphill. It was staging at an uphill area. And our skunk could understand that when it start marching to that owl, somehow it could solve his problem, or wise owl would recommend or direct or advise a particular phenomenal solution for this one. Yes, one day skunk proceeded his journey to the uphill in order to see wise owl. Reached there, wise owl demanded money for doing that work. No, wise owl directed. No, the wise owl heard all his grievances, and the owl directed our skunk to near a wizard, means a magician with a wand. Magicians often use a wand, magical wand. Now, after getting that advice, our Roger skunk reached wizard. Reached the residence of wizard, and in front of the wizard, our Roger skunk presented all his grievances, especially begged the wizard to remove or to get free from that bad smell or odor. The reason was very simple. He was totally, that wizard, skunk was totally separated from the common stream that it could not think of. So, the wizard heard, after hearing all his grievances, the wizard proclaimed or uttered his decision. Wizard was ready to remove that, or ready to abolish it, or ready to take away that bad smell from the wizard, from Roger skunk, and asked the wizard to Roger skunk what did it want in place of. So Roger skunk told that it wanted rose smell in place of this awkward smell. So it is the magician. It spelled many magic words with that magic wand and uttered some words in the air. Immediately, that magic, the power of magic that we could see was Roger skunk's that bad smell was totally vanished, totally left from that atmosphere. Instead, it got that very sweet smell of rose. Roger skunk became very happy. It felt very happy, and very happily returned home because mother was there. When Roger skunk, before that, our Roger skunk did not mention this matter prior to his mother. So it came It reached, stung reached at home, but mother really surprised. So great change took place. How did it happen? She asked. She could not tolerate this change or this conversion to rose smell. She asked, how did it happen? She became very furious. She was in an angry mood. Her main point was that the first that awkward or filthy, whatever may be the smell, or stinky smell, we can use another word, stinky smell, whatever it may be, it is nature's smell, or it is the original, natural smell. So we should never change it. That was her concept. She scolded. She became very angry. She immediately asked skunk to follow her. They reached in front of the magician or wizard. And meanwhile, she was carrying an umbrella also. With that umbrella, after reaching there with that umbrella, taking that umbrella, mother made a strong hit to the wizard. A strong hit to wizard. So, announced we are threatened wizard to change the present sweet smell, that rose smell, to her the previous smell. So after, with his power of magic, he did it so, and once again skunk retained his bad smell. After hitting wizard, mother and skunk returned home. But that is the story that one day on Saturday evening, Jack was telling Johnny, and that was a customary habit of Johnny or Joe, that while the story was moving on or the story was narrating on, she would get sleep. But there was one difference of opinion among them, father and daughter. The difference is that Johnny wanted all stories to be concluded or finished or ends with a comedy or ends with her favor. For example, if the story ends with Jack's favor, she could not allow this. So the story should ends with Johnny's favor or Johnny's consent or Johnny's will and pleasure, then only she could admit it. Otherwise she would be annoyed, she would be worried, and she would ask her father to alter the final stage of the story. Like that, father always altered certain stories according to her will and pleasure. So here, same thing happened. Joe was a child, only 4 years old. She was not a mature person. Jack was a mature person, an elderly person, a sensible person. So, Johnny intervened in the matter. She had an interruption. She told that, no, it won't finish like that. Why should skunk change that dull or that bad or ugly or that very unpleasant smell after getting that rose smell? Getting the raw smell, skunk could have a lot of friends, a lot of playmates, a lot of joking company, a lot of gatherings. So it should not be completed like that. She asked her father that it should be completed by giving a good punishment to wizard. That is, a hit should formerly mummy had given a hit to wizard. Now, instead that, wizard should give a strong blow to mummy, because mummy was the reason for retaining Steng's old, unwanted, very unpleasant smell or odor. And meanwhile, while they were cross transacting all this, she fell into sleep. And father also promised her the next day he would change the final endings of the story. Like that. The story. But reaching home, Skunk's mother was very sensible lady, very serviced lady, and very matured lady. Conversation went on between daughter and mother. Mother did not like any change in the natural structure of the body or natural order of the body. She told Steng, nobody could have no power and right to change one's born order or one shape of the body or structure of the body, because the order or smell or the shape of the body that one gets at the time of birth is really natural. We should be close with the natural type, form, symbol, signs and everything. We should never change it. That was her firm decision. That means a wide gap was there between mother and Steng. Steng was quite unhappy, felt much displeasure, because there was no one to accompany Steng, playing, enjoying, and also merrymaking. So, what happened later was, Steng could not join the words of his mother, but mother was very strong. That was because we have to follow. That is a very important lesson that has much influence in the present day. The creation or the creator of the universe that we say God has created each and everyone differently with a different shape and form and structure. We could see a fair complexion, a blonde color and complexion is there for Western, for USA or North American countries, people of the North America and USA, and Europe and Australia. And people in general in the world are divided into various groups, Negroid, Mongoloid and Australoid groups. But they have very clear-cut differential structure. We can't expect a white man from African continent, and we can't expect a very black person from European continent. He was born as a European person. Difference is there. We cannot see a person Kashmir and Kashmir like persons in Kerala, and we cannot see what people in Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh, people in those areas are very dark, very powerful and very criminal and crime persons that we can't see in Kerala. What I would like to tell you is that people and their natural structure and their natural approach all different. That is what we call in a broad sense diversified sense, diversification, or in general we may say pluralism. So, a mother would allow, in any case a mother always, that is the particular quality of parents. Parents, especially mothers, they love their products, they love their children, they love their words at the most possible love, most possible level, keeping apart all the difference in their shape or body or tone or approach. Each and every mother, they give much importance to their affection towards their words. That is called. Here also, mother showed much affectionate love to Stenk. And mother was highly confident and was ready to adjust, tolerate and tame all the differences that she could see on her child Stenk. But Stenk, Stenk was as a child, a child generally very innocent. Very innocent. So, child sees what? Very transparent, nothing to hide. So, Stenk believes that why he should retain that unwanted odor or smell. And that was the reason Stenk was turned out from everywhere, from the field of games, from the field of social gathering, like that. So, that was the case. So, story ends with that Joe went to sleep and Jack was preparing another story to make it a beautiful finishing or ending. The next day, where, according to Jack, Joe wanted to finish it in a favor to Joe's mindset. That should be finished in a comedical manner. Like that, so he went to sleep. There he stopped the story. Meanwhile, Clara was calling from the upstairs of their home residence. She had been engaging in a lot of work, I told you. Some mending work there, some repairing work there, some cleaning work was there. So she called her husband, and immediately he stopped all his work and proceeded to the upstairs and joined with that work. And Clara went there and Jack went there and joined with the work of Clara, and that was their love. Our story ends on that particular story, or on that particular story of Jack's story to Johnny came to an end. This is what the story. But the story and its background and the message and the direction and the wise advice to the generation or to the common people are very important. So, my dear students, next class related to this story, I shall give you the main important points, main important message, main important difference of approach and attitude of our children on the one side, or the youngsters on one side, and the matured and the elders on the other side. And there is a wide gauge or wide gap between youngsters and elders. And what are the reasons for this engulf, that we have to discuss in the next class. So you go through all the sentence by sentence, you go through take your textbook and go through in detail. And this year I would like to tell you one thing, that formerly the pattern of our question paper, I told you earlier that reading part 20 marks, formerly this was the case, 20 marks, and writing 30 marks, and this textual part, that means literature 30 marks, and lastly 20 marks for ASL. But now 21 exam, no, in 2020 to 21 academic year, that means your 2021 exam, the pattern will be like this: 20 marks for reading passage and 16 marks only for writing or creative writing, and the rest 44 mark will be for literature part and 20 marks for essay. 44 marks is given for, out of 80, 44 marks is given for literature. That means textual oriented questions are more number and more times. That will be the pattern of next year's exam. So you have to focus more time on text, on will, and also vista. So go line by line and learn in deep. There may be short and question, long and question, when so many question patterns are now, the question models we don't know now, it will be ready within months. So, and also I would like to tell you that the first lesson that we have taken in this book, that is Tiger King, that is totally deleted. And the rest lesson we have to, and now this lesson you have to learn, you have to study well. Don't think that don't be neglected this online class, but time and tide waits for no man. That means your opportunity is, your time is the best time to contribute and utilize and to draw out all your skill and all your abilities outside to maximize your aptitude, to maximize your talent in applying in English and all subjects. And very pleasing announcement to you that this year our student secured 97 out of 100. Last year the record was 94. This year record has been changed by secure 97 out of 100, the topest mark. So, the thing that try your level best, I am always with you, and if you have any doubts, you may call me and personally, and I shall rectify all your doubts. And the rest part, the very important part, that I shall take you next day. So take much time. Up to that, I wish you all good fortunes in your life, and wish you a good day for you. We shall see next day soon. Okay, thank you.